fishing a little pink slick shad.
Oh no, line's caught around the net. That is a disaster.
If anyone can do it. We got another pot to try. Speaking of.
Hello and welcome to the first ever episode of Lure Battle, proudly presented by Predator Tackle. My name is Dan Bucknell and I'm very excited to be presenting this format to you guys for the first ever time. So what is Lure Battle? Lure Battle is a new concept that will take 12 professional lure anglers from around the UK who will battle it out in 6 head-to-head heats, which will be filmed over 6 episodes. The winners of the head-to-heads will then go into a semi-finals, and the winners of the semi-finals will go into a grand final that is going to be filmed in a secret location that none of the anglers have been told about yet. The final episode for this series will be aired live at the Big One show on Saturday, the 1st of March. All the anglers that have been in the show should be present. I'm not sure if some might not show up, depending on how well they've done. But you'll get to meet the anglers that have been in, you'll get to meet other people that have been in the industry, and you'll get to see all the lures that have been used. So if you are interested in seeing the last show live and meeting the anglers, make sure you get to the Big One show that is the 1st and 2nd of March at Farnborough International Exhibition Centre. So what are the rules? The rules are incredibly simple. The anglers can fish anywhere in the UK at any time of day. The only stipulation is that the 2 anglers competing against each other have to fish on the exact same day. They can fish on any venue, from boat, from bank, from kayak, belly boat, whatever they choose they can do. It's lure fishing only, so no baits, and the main target species are pike and perch. So the scorecard will consist of 5 fish, 2 pike and 3 perch. The fish will be measured on a measuring mat. Perch will count for 2 points per centimetre and pike will count for 1 point per centimetre, but there is some bonus points that can be added as well. If you catch a fish on a topwater lure, there is a 30-point bonus, regardless of if it's a pike, perch, chub, zander. And if you do catch a chub or a zander, they count for half points. So if you catch a 30cm chub, it will be 15 points. So there's going to be lots of variety in this series. You'll see guys fishing with various different techniques, fishing various different venues, so it should make for a very exciting show. Episode 1 will be Ash Costa versus Adam Seeley. 2 great anglers, both well respected and very talented fishermen. I've personally fished with both these anglers and they possess a wealth of knowledge. Both of them started as pike anglers and slowly converted into more specimen perch anglers, which is where we find them today. Ash mainly fishes smaller drains and rivers, targeting large perch on various lures, and you'll find Adam Seeley fishing large tidal river systems. So we should get a contrast of fishing styles today, which might make for an exciting event. Both these anglers know where the big perch live and know where to catch them, so hopefully we'll see some nice fish in this episode. The first angler hitting the bank today will be Gunki UK's Ash Costa. He's starting at 7 a.m. Adam Seeley won't be starting until around midday as he's waiting for the tides, so let's catch up with Ash now to see what he's got planned for the day.
Hi everyone, I'm Ash Costa from Gunki UK and welcome to the Lure Battle. We've just arrived at spot 1. Hopefully this pays off, because if it doesn't we are in big trouble early on, because the fishing has not been brilliant to say the least. Hopefully though we'll catch some fish along the way and we're going to have a laugh doing it. So let's get down to the spot and let's see if we can catch some of these perch.
Well, Ash doesn't sound overly confident that he's going to do well today. We do know he's got big fish in the area that he's fishing, so maybe he's just being modest to give us some nice surprises, but let's see how he gets on.
We've just got to the first spot. There's quite a lot of activity, small fish topping, things like that, so that's a really good sign. There's fish topping all over the place, so just a quick one on like the pre-fishing side of things. A couple of weeks ago now I come off my bike, cracked a rib, so if I do make some unusual noises and look a little bit like a 90-year-old climbing over things, I do apologise, but it is that. But should be all right, and we'll dosed up on painkillers and caffeine, so we should be all good.
Well, let's hope Ash isn't in too much pain to catch some big fish today, but maybe that's just an excuse he's using just in case he does bad today.
Right, so it's 6:57 just to make the first cast. The worst thing that could happen here is to hook a big fish and lose it, because it does tend to put the other fish off for quite some time if they're here. So let's see if we can get an early fish. If this spot don't pay off, then we could be in real trouble today on the big fish. It's not been prolific at all in my fishing recently. Lots of fish, but just nothing of any real size whatsoever. No follows, and that is a little bit of a concerning sign, because normally if they're here, first cast, it's normally a quick fish, and then it seems to quieten off after that. Yeah, then we're in. Unfortunately though, this fish is not very big. Ow, ow. Is he in? Yeah. Oh. Ow. Ow. Yeah, that's not a big fish. Right, so he's over 15 anyway, so it's legal. So we'll put him on the measure. I seem a little bit silly putting this fish on the mat, but so it's just under 26. That's a 25 centimetre perch. This competition we're rounding down. If this fish is still on the card at the end of the day and we end up progressing into the next round, the only way that would have happened is if Adam's boat sunk. So I really hope we get a bigger one than that. So let's pop him back, and then hopefully we'll catch his grandmother.
Well, that's the first fish of the competition caught, a 25 centimetre perch, 50 points for Ash Costa. Hopefully it's not going to stay on his card and he can replace it with some bigger perch later on, but it's a good start. Second cast, fished straight away.
So that was on the bumpy. It's just a standard jig head, nice and simple, nothing too complex. When you're fishing venues that are as weedy as this, and you will see some sites today where it's like, how do you even fish that? It's quite shocking really in some of the areas. It looks like a football pitch, but when you've got somewhere like this that doesn't get any direct sunlight, you don't tend to have the same weed issues. So you can get away with fishing an exposed jig head without worrying too much about the weed. But they can be quite snaggy areas, so you do lose quite a lot of gear as well at times. So I've just reported that fish in. So hopefully, I really hope they get bigger than that. It's been really unusual. These normally going into September can be quite epic on the fens, but I've had no end of fish, lots and lots of fish, but the big fish have just seemingly vanished. First few weeks of the season, I had 19 fish between 40 and 47 centimetre. But since then, it's been really hard, really difficult on the bigger fish. That's a little knock. That's a good fish, just followed that. There we go. That's a good fish. That's what we need. Ow. Hopefully he don't come off. We lose that one, this spot might be in trouble. Oh no, line's caught round the net. That is a disaster. Oh, we got lucky there. Not sure we deserved that one. That's a 40 fish. Ow, ow. Nearly knocked the cameraman out. That's a chunky fish, that, for this time of year. Is he a 42? Just touching there, mouth shut, against the board. That's a really good start. This is the stamp of fish that we are after today, really. I'm pretty sure that Adam will probably average his perch around the mid-40s, so we're going to need 2 fish considerably bigger than this one. It's not a monster at 42, but it is a good fish. Again, it's just watching the reaction of the fish can really help you make tactical changes to capitalise. That fish followed in that shad really slow, and when it's like that, the chances are of him committing is not that high. So you're going to something a bit slower, just going to give him a little bit more time to sort of study it, look at it. So something like a Ned rig is perfect. And then we had 4 or 5 casts on the Ned. We had a couple of little rattly bites from small fish, and then this one nailed it. So always worth doing that. If you see fish follow in, just have a look at what sort of mood they're in when they are chasing. Coming in really fast but veering away, something like a crankbait, get a reaction bite, that can work well. When they're sort of looking at the bait really slowly, something slower like a drop shot or a Ned rig's perfect. So we're going to slip him back and see if we can get any of his mates. There are some decent fish down there, so might just be a case of resting it for a few minutes and then going back.
And there we go, a huge 42 centimetre perch for Ash Costa. An amazing fish in a competition, minutes after his last fish that was 25 centimetres. That's another 84 points on the scorecard for Ash. Most people will be jumping up and down with delight with a 42 centimetre perch in a competition, but Ash looked a little disappointed, to be honest, so hopefully we see something bigger later on today where he might crack a smile at a fish.
Not been my week this. I slipped down the bank trying to release that fish, so the broken leg to add to the broken rib. We'll report this into Dave. Right, so what we will do, I'm just going to leave that spot for a couple of minutes, and we're going to fan cast around there on the little shad again. But I'm also going to chuck a slightly bigger chatterbait out as well, just if there are any pike patrolling. That would be a massive bonus if we can get a pike on the card early. Anybody that has watched me before knows that I can struggle with a pike, so that's quite imperative that we get them today. You can see the issue that we have with the weed. That's pretty much Fenland in a nutshell, that in the summer and autumn. I was hoping that we'd missed that because we went through the main part of summer without any issues really from the duckweed, and then we set a date for this, and then what happens? This. So there are ways that we can fish in it, which we'll probably show you later on, but only in the finished stuff. When it gets too thick, it's just a nightmare. It's absolutely unfishable.
Well, looks like that's excuse number 3 for Ash. Duckweed now. So we've had hard fishing, broken ribs, duckweed. I wonder what the next excuse is going to be for potentially not catching any fish today.
So we've been pretty unlucky the last couple of minutes. We've had a pike on top water that's come off. Just lost another perch, but the perch weren't very big, so I'm not overly disheartened with that one. But yeah, the pike would have been nice. The idea is, like in an ideal world, if you can fill the card early, get the top water points early, then you look at what fish we've got and what one's going to be easiest to upgrade. I think, because I'm convinced, I'm sure that Adam's going to average his perch at mid-40s, so the pike become a lot more important. We don't have zander in this area, so we can't fish for those. We do have one river that's got the chub in them, but there is only, because we only get half points for the chub, there's only any point in targeting those if we've got a really good card already, and it's just like just to boost it a little bit. So I don't think we're going to bother with the chub, purely because I think we're going to struggle as much as it, already, just to fill the card with big fish. But yeah, we'll keep persevering till 8 o'clock, and like I say, if we've gone 30 minutes without a fish, then we'll move. We have seen other fish here that are worth catching, so I think we'll rest this spot for a good hour. We'll fish the next spot, which is going to eat up some fishing time, which is a bit frustrating, but again, it's one of those spots that if the fish are there, they're big. If they're not there, then it's just a complete waste of time. But that's another bit unlucky here. But there's plenty of fish about. If, like I say, if we scaled down on a drop shot or something, we'd be able to get a third fish quite easily, but they're just not the size that we need. And there's that many small fish here. I think trying to grind it out on smaller baits for one of those real big ones, I don't think that's going to be the best option today. So we've just arrived at spot 2. It's looking promising, lots of activity. So with a bit of luck, we'll catch 2 metre plus pike and 3 50cm perch. In reality, we're probably going to catch a couple of wasps and be gutted that we spent an hour to get, well, about half hour to get here. But all we can do is try and we'll see what happens. So the first thing that we'll do is drop a shad. I'm going to drop the little bumpy down the edge of the pontoon right at one end, and we're going to walk all the way up. By doing that, what you tend to get is the easy fish, the ones that are more fired up, more aggressive, and that can often be the bigger fish in the group. But that's if they're here. I've not fished this area for quite a long time. But it can produce some good fish. There's a lot of fish topping, but they're kind of away from the spot. And if you just have a look up there, that's the kind of thing that we're dealing with. Just an absolute football pitch of weed. That if it's thin and quite sparse, we can do something with that. But a lot of that is quite thick. So yeah, it's going to be tough, but again, we'll give it a go. We'll see what happens. Pike, eyes off. That's annoying. Thought the chance had gone and he'd come back. There he is, under there. He's fired up. It might get him on this. Massive bonus if we can get a pike out of this swim. Pike. Come on, he's absolutely tiny, but he counts. Yes. Little skinny thing. Alright, let's get him measured. Right, nose up there. Match straight. That's on 60. I'm not going to hold him up properly, he's only a small pike. His pike of this size are so lively out of the water. He hit a top water bait twice, then went under a weed raft, and we managed to get him out on a Gunki boomer, the tiny boomer. That lure's got me out of trouble so many times. So we're going to put him back straight away. I'm probably going to move now. It's a real bonus getting this fish in this spot because it was looking like we was going to blank here. So at least that's one pike on the card, even though it's a very small one. So we're going to go and slip him back.
And there we go, another fish for Ash Costa. It looks like the spot change paid off. A 60cm pike, not a huge fish, but it's another 60 points on the scorecard for Ash. 3 fish before Adam Seeley's even got on the water, so it's a really good start. Hopefully we'll see some more, but Ash is already in a strong position after only being fishing for a couple of hours.
So just reporting in that pike. It is a welcome fish, that, because if we can get a pike on the card early, at least it sort of takes the pressure off of needing two right at the end again. The problem that we've got is, I mean, scaling down, catching small perch is not going to be an issue. The problem we've had recently is the big perch have been so elusive, and when you have spoke to anglers that have caught them, there's literally one fish here and then nothing, one fish there and then nothing, and they're constantly moving at the minute. So I'm more confident with getting the pike today than the big perch, weirdly. I'd normally be the other way round. But this is what you get with these transitional months, and you've got these venues where you've only got bank access to little areas. Like if you look at this, we've got the pontoon, and you look up there on both sides, and bank access is a real pain. But it is what it is. This is fen fishing in a nutshell, really. So it's good to sort of show you every aspect of it. The good, which we've seen with with a decent perch. But hopefully it won't be the last one. If we can get another couple of 40s, that'll be brilliant. If we can get a real big one, like 46, 47 plus, that'll be even better. But it is a tall order.
Don't say hopefully that won't be the last one. That's a good way to curse yourself, Ash. Personally, I'd have stuck a small bait on and caught loads of small perch by now, to be honest. But then again, there's a reason that I'm doing the narration and not the fishing in this video. I don't have a very good track record of being able to land good fish.
So we're on spot 3 now. We have wasted a lot of time. We did take a risk on that last spot. Did it pay off? 160 centimetre pike? Probably not. But it has been, I've had a laugh. It's been good fun. So we've come down to this spot. Bit of a tinge of colour, so I'm assuming either there's bream here or they've moved through, because a lot of this river is quite clear. We've got the current is running from right to left. So we're going to drop the bait in here. We're going to walk along the pontoon like we did in the last spot, see if anything's there. And then rather than then leave it, I've got high hopes with this area. We're then going to ned along the edge of the pontoon, and then once we've done that, just depending on how that goes, we'll cover the area with some chatterbaits, maybe some bigger pike lures if we get any follows on the chatters, and hopefully we can either get a pike on the card, the last pike we need, or we can get another perch. I don't think it's going to be a viable top water spot unless we start seeing fish striking. So let's see if we can catch an early fish. So yeah, nothing complex. You're literally just dropping it in. You're walking along. Little knock there. That's a small fish. Just another knock. There's definitely fish under that pontoon. Oh, it's perch after that. Another absolute whacker. It's got to be like 7 centimetre. Right, so we got one. Very greedy perch. Very greedy perch. We'll stick him on the mat, but again, if that counts, we can only hope Adam's boat sunk. Nose up against there. 20, not quite 23, just a hair off, so 22. Beautiful fish, and you've got to remember when you catch these fish, I know we're having a little bit of a joke about it, but these are the future 4-pounders, so treat them with respect. And then one day when you catch this is going to be one of the fish of a lifetime if he avoids the pike and the bigger perch. So I just reported that absolute colossal beast. So ideally we want one over twice as long and probably, 15 times the weight, and then we're in business. But again, on the Gunki boomer, so these bladed jigs that are big fish magnets, he sort of proved me wrong a little bit there, that one, didn't he?
Well, not a huge perch, but with that fish, Ash has already filled his perch card, bringing his total to 238 points early in the day. 22 centimetres, so it's another 44 points for Ash's card. There may not be big fish so far, but if Adam has a really bad day once he starts fishing, these small fish may be crucial for Ash to make it into the semi-finals.
What we're going to do next is just going to go a bit of a last resort really, just going to ned along the edge of this pontoon and then we're going to move again. We had a few different plans. You know, one of them was going to be troll for the pike between the perch spots on the inflatables. Sort of knocked that one on the head because I didn't think that would be the most entertaining thing to watch, just sort of literally holding the boat off the edge, holding the rod off the edge of the boat. The other plan was to try to fill the card up quickly and then do the top water points on the bass, which I thought could be pretty cool. But the problem is we needed the areas that can produce the bigger fish to be producing fish basically that are in range to be able to do that, and they just haven't been. Loads of fish there, just the big fish, just nothing. So we're going to start spot hopping. There's probably going to be no other area that we spend too much time in unless the fish are really on it. Got to get that other pike. The top water points are important. Definitely need to get those, but there's so many pike striking up there. They're just out of range. And you look at the banks again. That's really frustrating. You're in the right spot, but you're not, if that makes sense. Really, really annoying. That's the second spot in a row now that's sort of similar story. So, I mean, this will be the last cast on this. We'll ned along here, and then we're going to move. I just don't think it's possible to target those fish that are up there from the bank.
Now it's finally time for Fox Rage's Adam Seeley to finally hit the water. Ash has been fishing for 5 hours now already. He's already got a good head start, but Adam still has a full day of fishing ahead of him. He's going to be fishing from a boat, so it's going to be a total contrast of fishing from what Ash has been doing. It'll be very interesting to see which produces the best results on this day.
Hello guys, my name's Adam Seeley. I'm here today representing Fox Rage. I fish for the England team in the England Street team. This year I'll be going out with a boat team as well, so always nice to get out on the boat today and have a good practice. The fish has been tough in the river recently. The perch fishing's been really tough. The zander and pike have been playing ball, so we'll see how we get on. So my opponent today is Ash Costa. Ash is a great angler and actually a top bloke. Well, don't tell him I said that. Who's going to win? If I could find the perch, I mean, again, it's going to come down to the perch. I've got the advantage of getting the zander. I believe Ash has got chub close by. The pike fishing near Ash can be good. The perch fishing can be very good. But then again, the perch fishing here can be very good. So it's going to come down to who cracks the perch, who gets the top water fish, in my opinion. So today the plan is, I'm actually going a bit backwards. The perch in this competition are the most important fish. There's 3 on the card, they're double points. So really focus on the perch. But because of the tides, I've had to start at 12 o'clock in the afternoon. So I'm fishing 12 till 8. So I'm going to hit the zander and the pike first. And then we're going to try and get the perch. Usually the perch fishing can be very good. It's good on top water, and that's what I'm hoping to show for you guys today. But recently the perch fishing has been rock hard, so you know we'll kind of see how we get on. If I have to go small, I'll hit the chub on the top water instead. So we're just making his way down to my starting spot. Just going to call in a few spots on the way down and just have a look with a live scope. Again, I don't rely on the live scope heavily, but as I've got this time before I'm going to start fishing, it just makes sense to have a quick look around. My live scope's quite rudimentary. I've got one of the smaller screens in the older model live scope, but you know I can see enough with it. Just seeing what I think was a little zander. Again, it's just nice to see some fish around. I can drop in the spots I'm going to call in on the way back through. So
that sounds like a solid action plan from Adam Seeley. As we can see, he's fishing on a large tidal river, totally different to what Ash is fishing. That should hopefully give him a little bit of an advantage. But tidal rivers can be quite difficult as the fish can be switched on and off very easily by the tide, so it's a little bit of a gamble in my opinion. But Adam knows these rivers extremely well. He knows where the fish are. He's got some technology on the boat, and that should hopefully give him a little bit of an advantage. But it depends on the fish.
Right guys, we're about to start. We've actually got 1 minute, so I'm going to start on the super slick shad. We've got a few pike here recently, and that's really what I come down here for. Every chance the zander will take this, not too big at all for in the river. Moving down, got a 14 centimetre Pro shad in natural roach and the classic 12 centimetre zander Pro. So between these I'm sure we'll find a couple of fish. Again, the plan is to get the pike squared away, get the zander away, and then I can go and get the perch sorted, but it's pretty much time, I believe. $11.59. Yeah, we're close enough. So we're starting at 11.59. It's going to go in a sec. Should I wait? Right, it's 12 o'clock, guys, so let's see what's... That casted better than I thought it would. Again, it's a big lure, this. I'm fishing some deep water. I've only got 15 grams on. Going to get down to them, but the idea is to put that pike away with the hopes of a giant zander.
You could have just started at 11.59, Adam. I don't think anyone would have minded. 30 seconds isn't going to make too much difference. But now he's fishing. Let's see what he manages to catch.
Well, right, I'm just having one more cast now, but we're going to have to make a move. We've just seen a massive seal. A big bull seal has just popped its head up, unfortunately. I've never seen them here before, but, you know, they got to eat too. But yeah, I can't see me catching anything with that thing knocking about. I actually just saw it on the sonar and thought, Jesus Christ, there's a huge fish and it's literally like a 6-foot seal. So yeah, we'll make a move, try somewhere else. I've only lost half an hour, it's not too bad. And then we'll get out of his way.
Well, due to legal reasons, Ash couldn't put a hole in Adam's boat, but it didn't stop him from training a seal to track him to his fishing spots. So yeah, props to Ash for that. That's definitely going to ruin Adam's fishing and potentially make for a very difficult day for him if this keeps happening.
Yeah, we got another seal knocking about. I think the seal's following me. There's a good chance he knows Ash Costa, that's all I'm going to say. But yeah, the seal's really balls me up right now. Every time I move spots, the seal knows the same spots that I know. Every time I move, it's coming up with me. I might just have to get in the boat and just burn like an hour and just get away from it because it's just there again, just mooching around. I've just had a little bite as well, just down here. And there's fish here, but I think it's just I don't know if it's the seals putting them about or what, but they're not going to feed with that great thing swimming over the top of them, I know that. I've just changed spots now. I've come about 2 miles. Hopefully I've outrun the seals now. I'm hoping they're not following the boats. They can't do that. But yeah, I'm expecting my checking call, which will be a short one for me because I haven't had a proper bite yet. So, but I did start late. I imagine I started early. Oh, speaking of, that's a little pike. Well, there we go. Just fishing a little pink slick shad. Always a crowd pleaser for the pike. 46 centimetres. Let's hope this is an holy catch. But a welcome bite anyway.
Well, after some unexpected visitors in his first 2 spots, Adam Seeley is on the board. Not a huge fish, but I've got to say, Adam looked a lot more happy about that small pike than Ash did about his big perch. 46 centimetres, so 46 points. He's still got lots of catching up to do, but he's still got a lot of time to fish. So, plenty of time to find those big fish in the river. Now let's get back to Ash to see what his plans are to fill and upgrade his card.
So we're in spot number 4 now. The main bit that I want to fish is just up there, but with all this duckweed coming through, it's quite thin here, so I just wanted to put a shad through it first, and then when we're going to top water bait, we have got a chance here of the top water fish as well. We're on 3.5 gram at the minute, which is just enough to punch through the weed, but not heavy enough that it's going to sink into all of the weed on the bottom. If we go any lighter, we're going to have issues. There's a fish. That's a fish. That's an upgrade, whatever it is. That's a perch. That's a good perch, I think. Oh. He's not as big as I thought. I think he might have had some weed on him. He's an upgrade. A few with him as well. He's a 30 something. So it's a big upgrade on what we got. 37, a little bit bigger than I thought. So heads up, that's flat. Heads up against, mouth's up against there, it's closed. Got 37 and a bit. You happy with that?
Yep.
So I just had this one, 37 centimetre, like long lean fish. Still not quite the size that we're going to need to have any chance whatsoever, but it is a welcome fish because we have struggled. Some of the spots that we've hit have just not produced the fish that we need size-wise. But yeah, it's a beautiful fish that, just on a one of the gunky bumpies on one of the jig heads, which we'll talk about after we've put him back. So we're slipping back now, and he did get followed in by, I think, 3 other fish of a similar size and one that was a bit bigger. So let's see if we can capitalise and get one of those.
A nice perch upgrade there for Ash. 37 centimetres gives him an extra 30 points on the scoreboard, increasing the pressure even more on Adam Seeley. And as he said, 3 or 4 more perch followed that one in, so hopefully he pulls his finger out, gets cast back out and catches those fish.
Just going to report that fish in. But like I say, realistically, we need probably over 42, I reckon 45, and then we need to get the pike. So still not good enough for what I think we're going to need, but we've got plenty of time. We've got just under 3 hours. Let's put the bumpy back out just to see if we can get a reaction box that will be bigger. So it looks really good here. You've got these barges. Does look really promising. Now they're going to move one of the boats to pull it here. It's just soft law. It is what it is.
Well, it looks like those following fish didn't come back after all. Action's been quite slow for both anglers today. It looks like they picked the wrong day to fish. Time for another spot change for Ash. Hopefully this will bring him some fish, maybe a change of tactics, try and figure out what they're after. But both anglers really need to get some bigger fish caught. Ash is still in the lead, but Adam's got a lot more time to fish, and later into the evening the perch can come on biting and he can get some big fish very quickly. So if I was Ash, I'd still be quite worried and aiming to get those 40 centimetre plus perch caught.
Yeah, can you hear them? Fish. Right, that's over 15, so that's top water number 1 done. That was a little bit of a mess, that one. We weren't really prepared for that because of how bad this spot is with this weed. We didn't expect to get one, especially on top water, but we've got one. It's a tiny fish, but it should be over 15, so it counts. We'll get this fish on the measure. We'll put it back, see if we hit one more for the other top water point. Then I can talk you through the issues we have on the fens and what I think it's really important that something is done about it. I mean, you look at this, you know, me and Ollie have just drove a fair old stretch up there, and it's just like this all over. It's just not good enough. So let's make sure he's over 15, which he is. He's 20. he's like 21, but the length doesn't really matter as long as he's over 15 because he's not an upgrade, but he does count for the top water points, which is 30 points per top water fish. So for a tiny fish, he's done us a favour. We get one more of them, and then we're going to have about an hour and a half on the pike, which should be enough because learning from previous mistakes, we are going to switch venue completely rather than try to grind one out on a more difficult, not a difficult venue for pike, but a difficult area. But yeah, we'll put him back and then see if we can get one more, and then we can talk about the issues like this, what you can see in the background with this weed. It's just, it's shocking really.
30 more points on the scoreboard for Ash Costa there. That could be a very important fish for Ash with how difficult the fishing is for Adam. 298 points now. Very close to hitting that 300 point mark. He just needs to get that one more pike now to get that full card.
Reported it into Dave. Not a big fish, but again, it's 30 points on the board. I don't think it's going to be enough. We've got about an hour and 30 minutes of fishing. We've got a fair old way to go to get to the final venue for the pike. Still need another top water fish. But yeah, one of the reasons why I wanted to do it on the fens again is because of these issues. It is an opportunity just to show the problems that we do have in this area. I absolutely love fishing in Fenland. The rivers, the drains, it's where I started fishing. Some of my biggest fish have been out of these venues. Yeah, I've got a lot of good memories, but with the constant fish kills and complete areas just wiped out, and then you come down and you see things like this, it's it's absolutely shocking. It's chock-a-block all the way up there as well, so realistically that's no fishing either. If you have a look on the corner there, it's solid. Lots of the areas that we've fished today as well have been the same story. We've lost a lot of time going a long way out the way to fish spots that are just not really fishable, or when we do get to a spot somebody moves their boat, and it just it's been frustrating, but it's been a good opportunity just to say, especially with the weed issues, that I want more people to fish Fenland to sort of see these problems now, and then hopefully with more and more people complaining about the same things, maybe we can push for something to be done about it. But yeah, not good. But anyway, let's go see if we can catch a pike, and we need one more top water fish as well.
Great point made there by Ash. It's always important for us to pay attention to our waterways. The more people that report these issues and notice these issues, the more chance there is of something getting done. Now it's nearly time for the midway report, where the anglers will both share with each other what they've caught. Up till now they've been fishing blind. Hopefully he's not run into any more seals. Ash has got a great score already. We'll go catch up with Adam now and see how he's been getting on.
We just had the camera off because Dave's doing his call in a minute, but yeah, I've just had this tiny little zander. I had another bite just beforehand, and I know a 9 centimetre is not a huge lure, but again, they're not too arsed. But it's an almost microscopic zander. But we'll chuck him on the measure anyway. He's in don't eat me mode. That is 25. It's touchy. 25 centimetres on a little zander. Anyway, we'll stick him back. Yes, I'm just on the slick shad at the minute. I'll always flick between sort of a bigger paddle tail and a smaller paddle tail. So I'll go from like the pro shad to the Zander Pro to the slick shad, and the smaller tail just kind of moves quicker and has like a quieter presence in the water, a bit of a smaller presence. And some days they prefer one or the other. Usually I end up fishing like a Zander Pro with a bigger tail, but the slick shads work at the minute. I've just had 2 fish on it, so maybe they are just wanted something a little bit more negative. I actually just had before I had that Zander, I had a tiny little bite, and I felt one before, and obviously managed to hook that one. I'm not going to go any smaller. I'm not going to try and catch fish of that size, to be honest. It's not going to do me any good today. But again, it's nice to get a bite. It shows that things are feeding and maybe starting to just move around a little bit. But yeah, a few little roach just spilled out when I cast in there. I'm not sure if it was me casting or something else or pushing him. It could have been me that spooked him. Ooh, there is perch there. Oh, my call.
I've just invited Adam. He should join any second.
Right, mate.
There he is.
Yep.
There he is.
boys.
Okay, you're both on live. Should be getting filmed as well, being recorded. So
Yeah, that's right.
obviously, please do not give away too much, but obviously you need to give your scorecard away. So, Adam,
Yep.
would you like to go first, please, sir?
Yeah, no worries. So I've caught a zander and a pike so far.
Where are you in the world, Adam?
I am on the mighty River Trent.
Whee. Happy days. Okay. Ash?
I've had 3 perch, I've had 1 pike and 1 top water fish.
So what's your sizes, please, Ash?
So I've had 25 centimetre perch, a 37 centimetre and a 42. The pike was 60 centimetre and the top water fish was 21.
Happy days. So your total score?
298.
Adam, what's your total score?
My not that big. So my pike was, I'm forgetting, my pike was it 46 and my zander is 25. So off for the zander. So I'm on, yeah, don't even worry about mine at the minute. I'm low 60s, 50, 58.
I'm sure that'll change, mate, by the end.
Yeah, we're hoping. We'll stay positive, mate.
It will, it will.
Good luck to the pair of you. Keep grinding away.
Yeah,
and,
cheers, mate. It's been tough.
later.
Cheers,
All right,
boys.
mate, I'll see you later.
See you guys. Bye.
See you, mate.
Well done.
Bye. He would have started late, I think. He'll definitely smash that by the end.
What do you think of that?
I think it's a surprise purely because I thought he was going to start early, like what we did. I know we're quite a way ahead at the minute, but I'm still not convinced that that means anything, because if he started later, he still might have hours and hours left to go. He's much too good of an angler to end up on that. He's a shit hot angler on a potentially shit hot venue. He'll come good, sure of it. But yeah, let's go and see if we can catch this pike and this top water fish. And I might be eating my words at the end of it when I said about that 25 centimetre perch still being on the card at the end. But anyway, we've got about an hour left, so let's crack on.
There we go. Ash is on just shy of 3 metres, so he's got 1 good perch, 1 decent perch and 1 small perch. His pike's decent, 60 centimetres, and the competition's a fine fish, really. I'd be happy with 260s right now. But nothing crazy. I expected him, I was dreading him having like 3 45 centimetre perch. That would have been a real killer. But I don't know how much time he's got left to go. I imagine he started early. I think he's coming close to end, to be honest. What time's sun up? I think no. But yeah. Right before the call, I had a decent bite for perch as well in this edge. But again, it's no to... So yeah, I've still got 2.5 metres to find, which is a lot, but it's the perch. The perch a double score, they lay it on. If I find some decent perch, I'll be all right. Actually, I only got 1 top water fish as well, so I imagine he's trying to correct that now. But if I could put get the 2 top waters, it's not too bad. It could be worse. Again, I've started late. I imagine I should have started early. Just perch fishing is generally better in the morning. There's nobody else about usually. That's a tiny perch, but it is a perch. There are some in the river. Well, there we go, the first perch. Nothing to write home about, but dead on 20. And a fine looking fish, but you know, hopefully we'll find a few more. 20 centimetres ain't gonna do me jack for lack of a better term. There we go. Well, about as depressing as the last one. It's tough. 19 centimetres. 19. But yeah, I mean, hopefully we find a big one. I mean, when you do find them and they have it, they definitely have it. They're good bites. I don't know if there's just not enough around, or maybe they're not in here, I don't know. But yeah, we're about 4.5 hours in now. I've just gone off over the halfway point. It's not going great. Again, the zander and pike didn't play ball this morning where I thought they would, or this afternoon, earlier this afternoon, sorry. The perch, I knew the perch would be tough, and they have been. I've only had 2 small. I ain't tried fishing for like small perch, but again, there's time for that if it all goes tits up. But yeah, we'll carry on. I've got a couple more good pike spots coming up. I've got a really good perch spot to try later. Still trying on the top water, and with a bit of luck we'll find one. But I'm just going to carry on and have a go for a pike here. That's a perch. Well, it should be nappy time. I just went to a little 7cm slick shed just to try and actually grab another perch. As they're sorry, I need to get that measured. It's on at the other end. Get out of your shit. 20. That's on the line. So another 20cm perch. I mean, it's really, really not what we had planned. Yeah, so I don't know what to say really. It's tough. Still got time. I tried my best perch spot here. I've got 3 hours left. I still need another pike, and I've got no trouble with top waters yet. But I'm hoping I can do that with a perch, and with a bigger perch. Well, unfortunately, we had a malfunction with the cameraman. But I've just had a pike of 52cm. It's another tiny fish. It's funny, I've just fished a spot, gone to the other side, dropped back into the same spot I fished, and picked it up on the first cast. So, it's one of them. I don't know if I should be grinding the spots a little more and not moving around so much, but it seems bad. I'm now over 2 meters. I ain't got no chub yet, no top water, no big perch, no big pike. So really, I've still got a fair ways to go. It seems bad, and I've done it, like I said, I'm stressing myself out because I've left the better fish into the evening, and it just means it's hanging over you all the time. But yeah, it's not all's not lost just yet. We'll get back up here, we'll find a big pike, get at least one big perch on top water. I'd be happy with that. And then yeah, get a big pike and see what time we've got left.
A few small fish on the board now for Adam Seeley. He's slowly catching Ash up. I feel like I cursed these 2 guys in the beginning saying they were specimen perch anglers because they've not really been able to show us that in this episode so far. As he said, the better fishing is in the evening for him, so there's still chance for him to get some really good fish in a short amount of time. So I'm sure he's not too worried. The pressure of the competition seems to be getting to him a little bit, but he still has plenty of time left, as Ash's time is coming to an end.
So we've just come to another tunnel. Got to find the some shade because it's so bright and it's so hot now. Any chance of a top water hit is going to be somewhere like this, and it's really the only areas as well that are not choked up like that. Oh, it's come off. That's annoying. Fucking, would you believe it? Less than, probably about 40 odd minutes to go now. We only needed that, and we could have gone out, all out for the top. Right there. That little perch. Christ.
Last few minutes of fishing now for Ash. Still just one more pike to catch. We know he can do it. He's had the excuses in the beginning saying it was going to be a difficult day, but there's still always chance of one more fish. So with a bit of luck, we'll see a miracle and see Ash get a full card just before he finishes.
Pike. Oh. Ah. Well, I just don't think it's going to be our day. That's a kick in the nuts, that is. I literally got minutes left. He's on it. He's come off as well. So he's telling me this is definitely not our day. That hook is razor sharp. That's bigger than the first one. What are the odds of that? Oh, no, that. So that's it. That was a bit of a grueler, really. To get 3 pike in the last half hour, not land any of them, that's quite bad really, isn't it, thinking about it. So it was a bit of a fail on my part. I drove on and on about using 2 stiffer rods for chatterbaits, and what do I end up doing? Use a massively heavy pike setup, but got a wind knot on the light setup, so it just saved picking that out. So we started off all right. You know, I thought we'd struggle on the perch today. The perch fishing around here has been good for numbers, but we went further out today to try to find a big fish. We got the 42, which is not a monster, but it's all right. And then we ended up with a 37 and a 25, which I cannot believe that 25 is still on the card. But this is the problem where you sort of get stuck between 2 minds. Do you start going more pike? Do you try to knock that off? And then in the end, we've done neither very well. But again, every mistake, everything that's gone sort of wrong today is on me, really. Some of the spots we've gone to, they're miles out the way, lost quite a lot of time, and then you get there and then the fish are either just off the spot or it's weeded up. But that is fishing in Fenland, you know, it's a part of it, and at the end of the day, so I have to embrace it, and it's one of the reasons why I love fishing these venues, is because they are so challenging. But obviously I can't guarantee it. I know we've had the phone call where we've told, me and Adam have told each other what we've had. I know Adam didn't have a lot when we did the phone in, but that will change. You know, hopefully, just like everybody watching this, I'm going to enjoy watching the episode to see what Adam does. As soon as he goes on the perch, he will get 3 big perch. Whether he'll hit the 500 points where I thought he'd be, that's yet to be seen. But he's an exceptional angler, and it's been really good to be drawn up against someone of that calibre. Next time, maybe it'd be good to do it on the same venue and actually sort of fish together a little bit. I think that'll be a laugh. But yeah, if he does do it, he's definitely got I've got a points tally that's definitely beatable. So if he does do it, massive congratulations to him. So we're going to just nip up the road now to Predator Tackle headquarters, just to see the final results. And after that win, I'm probably going to have to get some new line as well. So yeah. Anyway, hopefully we'll see you next year. Cheers.
Hopefully see us next year. It's not over yet, Ash. Adam's still quite far behind. He has got some fishing time left, but he does have a lot of catching up to do, so don't bow out yet. You've got a reasonable scorecard there. Like you say, it's not impossible to beat, but it all depends on how the fish are behaving for Adam. So, looks like we'll go back to Adam now to round out the episode. Hopefully he finds where the big fish are and his cameraman manages to catch them on camera this time. But the competition is far from over.
Again, the chub might not be as easy as first anticipated. I'll be able to catch one. It's just if I can get one on the top. There's usually so many of them taking like little shads and other lures, I don't usually worry about it. Well, one just popped there. Come on, do me a favour. Oh Jesus, see that? It's on the, oh, here we go. Come here. Come to Papa. There we go. Now we start putting some points back on. That's a beautiful little chub on top water. I managed to get it with every hook. have to be really gentle when you get them like this, because you sometimes have to push one in further to get them out. It's just a little bit of patience. There we go. So that's a top water chub, not quite 24. Oh, it's so close. No, so close. Oh, come on, chub, relax. Relax. No, 23 centimetre chub. As it's a top water, that's 53 centimetres worth.
I'm sure that's not the monster fish that Adam was searching for, but a great scoring fish. 30 points for the top water and 0.5 points for each centimetre of the chub. So a really good scoring fish. A few more of those and he might start putting some more pressure on Ash.
That cast when I caught that other one, as soon as it hit the water one, I'd order it, just and come off. But yeah, I'm just using a Salmo bug. It's just a tiny little top water wake bait. Really cool little lure. They're great for chub. I mean, I've caught perch in that on them as well, but they really shine for the chub fishing. Pike will take them occasionally. Oh, here we go. Come here. Yeah. No. I don't believe that. Oh, I hope I can get another one. That still count for a top water, bro? It literally bounced clean out of the boat. But we got another point to try. Definitely seem to be so I'm going to make a few casts with this. If it don't work, I want to spend a clean 10-15 minutes chucking that curly tail that I got the bite on before. Right guys, it's time to fish the big dog. I've just been fishing the new slick eel. I don't know if they're out quite yet, but I've just had one absolutely tango, this big fish, and I just lost it. Got a 200 gram plus rod and still didn't get the hooks in her. I've had two followers to boat, both fish over a metre. I'm pretty confident we'll get one, but I'm going to go, I think 28 centimetres, I think. Big dog for the big dogs, for the win, if it's even possible. But if Oat will do it, I cast well on this one. Just got to make sure that I absolutely drive it home when I get a chance. Oh, I thought we were bite or bottom, to be perfectly honest. No weight. If anyone can do it. Well, that's the end of that then. I don't think I've done enough to win. I've missed a few too many opportunities today, unfortunately. I spent too much time trying to catch that chub. I mean, I had like 6 on and I was just certain that I'd get one. It's just like, if I leave now, I'm just wasting 30 points I can grab. Obviously, I've come straight up here, got straight into a big pike and lost that. I had a follow on the top water, it didn't take. I had a few more follows on the big lures. Just weren't my day today. If I could have done it differently, see, I'm governed by the tides really on the timings. I do like fish for perch in the morning, but honestly, I don't think it made a difference. The perch fish has been tough. I just hadn't seen the bigger ones. Since about 3 weeks ago, I just hadn't caught a big one in the river. I'm not really sure why, but you know, that's fishing. If Ash has won, you know, he's fished well. And that's it really. That'll do.
I just saw the give us ready for the call, then it come through, give us 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Looks lovely there, mate. A nice evening?
Yeah, mate, it's nice. It's been a lovely evening, mate, yeah.
What's been happening? Can I confirm your results, if I may, please?
Yeah.
Let me just, is there any change? So I've got you 3 perch, 20 centimetres and 19 centimetres.
Yeah, sounds right.
Yeah, 118 centimetres, that comes in total. You've had 2 pike at 52 and 46, that comes to 98.
Yep.
You've had a zander at 25, half points rounded down equals 12.
Yep.
You've had a chub at 23, rounds that down to 11 points. And then you've had 1 on top water.
Yeah, that's correct, yeah.
So 269. That's your total. How did you feel it went?
Oh, shock. I didn't. The start was, again, it's one of them, mate. The river's the river. Sometimes it fishes well, sometimes it don't. And I don't like to make excuses. But I had the seal in my spot this morning was a surprise. It was in my first spot, and then it followed me to the second one. And that's where I've been out a couple of days ago, and we'd had a lot of pike and zander. So that tanked that. Like I said, I picked the small pike up. You know, the small pike. I don't mind them. It's one of them. They're done, aren't they? And if you don't get a bigger one, you've got them anyway. So it's better to have a 50 than nothing. The chub. Then I got onto chub. I had probably 2.5 hours to go and I try and upgrade my pike. I couldn't get the perch where I thought I would, but I was quite sure I wouldn't get them anyway. I then caught 1 chub. I caught my second one on top water, which bounced out the boat, which was devastating. I then lost like 5 or 6 chub in a row on the top water and just could not hook one after that. I've then gone up with 45 minutes left for a pike, got into a really good fish, and it's come straight off. So it's been an emotional roller coaster. I also had a follow off a metre plus pike on a top water, come right to the boat. And then the same one followed like a 28 centimetre shading as well straight after. But yeah, it's fishing, mate, isn't it? Sometimes you win and sometimes you don't. But it's been it's been hard work, mate. We've grafted all day from. I mean, I've probably done 15 miles or something like that on the boat, fishing in between. Like we cover some ground.
Well, if it's any consolation, Ash had a complete shocker as well.
Yeah.
And lost a hell of a lot of fish. 3 pike on the bounce right within the last hour as well. He couldn't seem to get a hook in them, so there must be a bit of pressure.
Yeah.
But I gather Bradley is filming you right now.
He is. There he is.
So I'd like to congratulate you on your day. You've done really well, but unfortunately, mate, Ash has beat you to the spot.
Yeah, he was.
And it is only 29 centimetres.
Oh, that chub. That chub. Oh God, that'll haunt me for the rest of my day. It literally bounced out the boat. Oh, mate. Mate, honestly, I don't deserve it. I've then dropped like 6 chub in a row. Just ridiculous, mate. It's one of them.
I'm sure the viewers will be absolutely loving it and feel your pain very much so.
Yeah, hopefully. Hopefully they'll enjoy it, not feel the pain, that is. But yeah, again, it's been one of them, mate. It's been tough. It hasn't fished well at all. But it is what it is, mate. I figured I lost. It's hard, isn't it? All the things you could have done different. I could have ground for a bigger zander. I probably could have made that up on the zander. That chub, mate, I can't believe that. Yeah, that chub would have done it.
But Ash came back to the shop and he obviously doesn't know. He didn't know when you started, and he's been twiddling his thumbs going, you know, when will I find out? And he's like, he is 100% convinced that you have beat him hands down. You know what I mean? So,
Oh mate, on an average day on the river, but then again, it's same for Ash, isn't it? On his average day, you'd probably do a lot better as well. So.
But you've had a really good, both of you have had a tough day, but I'm sure you've grinded it out well. So
yeah, fished hard, mate. Yeah, no worries, mate. No worries. Thanks for having me.
Safe journey back, and I'll speak to you soon.
Yeah, cheers, Dave. See you, buddy.
Thank you.
Bye, mate.
Bye.
Oh, that's so close. That chub, mate. God, honestly, I hate chub. Yeah, I do. They're not even a real fish.
Right, so I just come back to predator tackle. Just finished up on the bank, really knackered. I've got to go work. But we just come back to find out the final results. So I was waiting for Dave to let us know.
Right, Ash, well done on today. It's been a hard fought competition. You've done absolutely blinding pair of you, and you've had some ups and downs all the way through. So I'd like to be the first to congratulate you. Well done on your win.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure how that's happened actually. Maybe Adam's boat did sink. we did not do well. But no, that was very unexpected, and yeah, I don't really know what to say to that.
Well done. No, brilliant.
Cheers.
You've had a real fight through the whole of this competition.
Yeah.
So it's been really close.
Yeah.
Really entertaining. So well done.
Yeah, well, thanks for that. I say that is unexpected to say the least. Really not expected that, especially with them 3 lost fish right at the end. But yeah, I'm not quite sure what's happened there. Really convinced that we were done. So cheers for that, and I'll see you in the next round.
And that is it for episode 1 of the Lure Battle. Huge congratulations to Ash Costa for winning. He will be the first angler making it into the semi-finals. Unfortunately, Adam Seeley didn't manage to catch big enough fish to make it through. His cameraman missed quite a lot of the fish, so they weren't in the video, unfortunately. So he might be getting his P45 in the post after this. So if anyone's looking for a cameraman job next year, potentially there'll be one available. But great fishing from both anglers. Hopefully they've showed you some good techniques and you can pick up some tips from watching this. Episode 2 will be aired next Saturday, and that will be a battle between Adam Jones and the wildcard winner Rafal. So make sure you tune in next Saturday to see episode 2. We look forward to seeing you then, and remember, if you want to watch the final, make sure you head down to the Big One show in Farnborough. The 1st of March, it will be shown live on a big screen where you can meet the anglers that have participated in this competition. Bye for now, and catch you next time.